Have you ever looked down at your plate and wondered if that simple scoop of rice is helping you or hurting you? Rice sits quietly on billions of tables every single day, from busy city apartments to rural villages, from street food stalls to fine dining restaurants. Yet few foods spark as much debate as this humble grain. White rice versus brown rice. One is praised as clean and comforting. The other is crowned as wholesome and virtuous. But the truth isn't hiding in a nutrition label or a viral health post. It lives in history, biology, culture, and how real human bodies actually work. So today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most ordinary foods in human history to answer a surprisingly complex question. Which one is actually healthier? At first glance, white rice and brown rice seem like two completely different foods. One is bright and polished, soft and fluffy, while the other is darker, chewier, and often described as earthy or nutty. But here's the twist most people don't realize. They both start out exactly the same. Every grain of rice begins its life as a whole seed, complete with three parts: the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. Brown rice keeps all three. White rice doesn't. During milling, the bran and germ are removed, leaving only the starchy center behind. That single step changes everything, from taste and texture to nutrition and shelf life, and it's the reason this debate exists in the first place. Because brown rice keeps its outer layers, it naturally contains more fiber, more magnesium, more potassium, and small amounts of healthy fats. Fiber is often the star of the show here, and for good reason. It slows digestion, supports gut health, and helps people feel fuller for longer after a meal. This is why brown rice is often associated with better blood sugar control and steadier energy levels. White rice, stripped down to mostly starch, doesn't offer the same fiber content. However, what often gets overlooked is that in many countries, white rice is enriched after processing. Iron, folic acid, and B vitamins are added back in, meaning it's not the nutritional void it's sometimes portrayed to be. Digestion is where things get interesting. White rice breaks down quickly in the body, delivering glucose to the bloodstream at a faster rate. This rapid energy release can be useful in specific situations. Athletes, physically demanding workers, and people recovering from illness often benefit from foods that are easy to digest and quick to absorb. Brown rice, on the other hand, takes longer to break down. Its fiber content slows the process, leading to a more gradual release of energy. For people managing insulin sensitivity or diabetes, this slower digestion can be a meaningful advantage. But for others, especially those with sensitive digestive systems, brown rice can feel heavy or uncomfortable, while white rice feels soothing and gentle. Taste and texture matter more than people like to admit. White rice is mild, neutral, and incredibly adaptable. It absorbs flavors, carries sauces, and never competes with the main dish. This is one of the reasons it became a staple in cuisines around the world. Brown rice has a stronger personality. Its chewy texture and nutty flavor can be satisfying, but it can also dominate a dish if not prepared carefully. In cultures where rice is eaten multiple times a day, white rice often wins not because it's less healthy, but because it disappears into the meal instead of standing in the spotlight. History plays a huge role in this conversation. For centuries, white rice wasn't considered inferior. It was considered practical. Removing the bran and germ dramatically extended shelf life, which mattered deeply before refrigeration and modern storage. Brown rice, with its natural oils intact, spoils faster. In hot, humid climates, that made white rice a safer, more reliable option. In many parts of Asia, white rice became the backbone of daily survival, feeding families generation after generation. Brown rice's rise as a health symbol is relatively recent, driven largely by Western health movements in the late 20th century. Weight management is another area filled with assumptions. Brown rice is often labeled as the weight loss choice because it's more filling per serving. That can help some people naturally eat less. But weight gain and weight loss aren't dictated by a single food. Portion size, overall calorie intake, activity level, and dietary balance matter far more. A large bowl of brown rice can contribute just as many calories as white rice, and neither one magically guarantees better results. The idea that switching rice alone will transform health is comforting, but unrealistic. There's also a lesser-known detail that complicates the picture. Brown rice contains higher levels of phytic acid, a natural compound found in many whole grains and seeds. Phytic acid can bind to minerals like iron and zinc, reducing how much the body absorbs. For most people eating a varied diet, this isn't a major issue. But it's a reminder that whole doesn't always mean perfect. Traditional preparation methods like soaking, rinsing, or fermenting rice were often used historically to reduce these effects, long before nutrition science gave them names. So where does this leave us? White rice offers simplicity, digestibility, and cultural comfort. Brown rice offers fiber, slower energy release, and a denser nutrient profile. Neither one is inherently good or bad. They serve different purposes in different lives. A construction worker, a marathon runner, a child with a sensitive stomach, and a person managing blood sugar will all experience rice differently. The healthiest choice is rarely universal. It's contextual. What's fascinating is that this debate mirrors how humans have always eaten. Not by chasing perfection, but by adapting to environment, availability, and need. Rice, in all its forms, has sustained civilizations for thousands of years. It has fed emperors and farmers alike. It has survived famine, seen innovation, and crossed continents. The idea that one version suddenly disqualifies the other ignores the bigger picture of how food actually works in real life. In the end, the question isn't really which rice is healthier. The real question is whether we understand why we're choosing what's on our plate. Brown rice can be a powerful addition to a fiber-poor diet. White rice can be a comforting, reliable source of energy when paired with vegetables, proteins, and healthy fats. Balance matters more than labels. Awareness matters more than trends. The white rice versus brown rice debate reminds us that food isn't just fuel. It's memory, tradition, biology, and personal experience rolled into every bite. Sometimes the healthiest choice is the one that fits your body, your culture, and your life right now. Whether your spoon sinks into a fluffy white mound or meets the hearty chew of brown rice, you're participating in a story that spans thousands of years. Thank you for watching. If you have ideas for future videos or everyday foods you'd like us to explore, drop them in the comments. We love giving credit where it's due. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore our other binge seas. We'll see you next time, where even the smallest details tell the biggest stories.